All right, everyone, it's just past midnight, so we are now into Wednesday. So Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, 12:17 right now. This is live, so we're here right now, but you might see this video later on. It is being recorded, so you might see it on your stream as you go through. So just make sure that what you're seeing is current information if you're going to be making any decisions off that. But before I'm going to pass the torch off to Greg Bennett here before too long, and he'll take over into the morning hours. I want to give you an update of what we have going on right now with these storms that are in the area. So we've got some severe thunderstorm warnings. There are some storms out there. We've got updates to our watches. There is now a tornado watch in part of our coverage area. So I just want to give you the latest here and show you what we're working with. So here we go. I'll get you back to the radar and show you what we have here. I'll start with the Kansas City area. All right, so we had this one blow through, not a severe thunderstorm, never had a warning on it, but we have had reports of hail, a little bit of small hail, sub-severe size hail to about the size of dimes. Needs to be quarter size or larger to get a warning. So you might have seen that, Lee Summit, Oak Grove, Independence, places like that have reported it. So now it's moving up there toward Richmond. So a little noisy thunderstorm, but don't let that one keep you up. All right, nothing to worry about there. And then we're going to catch a gap. Looks like Kansas City, the metro, is going to be dry. So that was our round number one. If you were watching us throughout the day, we said this would come in 2 rounds. This was at one point a severe thunderstorm in Kansas, and after it got closer to the metro, so it was in south central, southeastern Kansas as a severe thunderstorm, it weakened. We did have in Franklin and Anderson counties, this was a severe thunderstorm, had 60-mile-per-hour winds and some quarter-size hail, and then just kind of fell apart. So that was round one. Now we're going to catch a break in the metro. We do have some storms over here, so just Sedalia, you're not under a warning, but over there by Cole Camp, bottom line, kind of minimal severe thunderstorms, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and quarter-size hail possible with that one. Now let's go up here because these have been punchier. These have been stronger. We've got this warning. Let's get you the information on it. So some of these aren't officially in the KCTV 5 coverage area. Nottoway County, Gentry County, you're in the KCTV 5 coverage area. So there's Nottoway. So we're looking at locations just north of St. Joe. And then we did have this clipping parts of Holt as well. So anyway, severe thunderstorm warning goes till 1 a.m. with this, and at one point it was having potential 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts with it. So you can see a lot of lightning. When this thing was coming through over here, just west of Denton by Horton, it had possible 70-mile-per-hour winds. Looks like it might be coming down, that newest warning. You see how you've got the white outline? That means it's a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorms have different levels within the warning. So you've got like your base warning and then a considerable and then a destructive. Those could be like 75, 80-mile-per-hour winds or higher. So this at one point was pretty nasty. Might still have some pockets of 60-plus mile-per-hour winds, and that's why it got extended. So Savannah, over here by King City eventually, a lot of lightning with it. Look at all this big line here. So we're watching our northwest Missouri, northeast Kansas area for possible flooding because look, it's one storm after another that's trying to move over kind of the same spots, and you can stack up a lot of rain, to maybe a pocket of 3 inches, and you can get some localized areas that get a little bit of flooding. One of our lower concerns, but still a concern tonight. Primarily it's going to be hail and high winds, though there's still a tornado risk tonight. In fact, let me show you this. This is what's new. We did have a severe thunderstorm watch that went through Franklin and Anderson counties down here in the orange. That's been upgraded to a tornado watch. So severe thunderstorm watch is in place in parts of the KC Metro. So what we've got Platte County, Wyandotte County, Leavenworth County, you're all included in that until 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know that we'll even have storms at 3 o'clock in the morning. I think that this is going to get extended because it's probably going to be close to the morning rush that we have the storms moving into the metro. We're thinking like 5 to 7's prime time for us. And then we've got to our south, this does go till 7 with the tornado watch. So like Ottawa, Garnett, Lawrence, you're not included in that right now. But don't be surprised if we see tweaks and adjustments to the watches as we go throughout the night. I think that these are going to be expanded. Will it be a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch in the areas that aren't currently under one? Could you be upgraded if you're in the severe thunderstorm watch It's possible. So this is all very fluid. The Storm Prediction Center and the National Weather Service, they're watching how these storms are evolving and where the most likely areas for these spin-ups, these brief spin-ups might occur, and they're going to make that call. So we'll see what they elect to do. For now, as of just past midnight, this is what we've got. So I just wanted to alert you to the possibility that, it wouldn't be, something that would be too surprising if we did see an extension of either the severe thunderstorm watch, possibly a tornado watch, and the timing of these will probably change as well. I'll give you one quick run through on the forecast radar, and then we'll see how this plays out the rest of the night. I was going to. Let me edit this real quick for you. All right, that's better. Okay, this is our forecast radar and how it depicts the rest of this event's going to unfold. So it's got that, kind of patchy cluster around the metro, not doing a whole lot. So again, don't let that one bother you too much here. We're going to watch these storms in northwest Missouri, northeast Kansas drop southeastward. So as they are moving along, you see little pink areas. That's the computer's telling us, there it is, 2 o'clock in the morning. So we probably still don't have them in Kansas City, but those little pink areas are where the storms are picking up hail cores and thus potentially high winds. What we've got to watch along these lines are where these little kinks can kind of form. It's a snaky line. That's where you can get some brief spin up type tornadoes. Don't know that will happen. It's a possibility. So as we go through the overnight hours in these areas, something to watch. You're not currently under a tornado watch, which means they're not thinking, the National Weather Service isn't thinking that the risk is high enough to issue a tornado watch, primarily thinking wind and hail in those zones. There's 4 a.m. Knows it's still in the St. Joe area, so it might be several hours of kind of heavy rain and storms there. Here we go into 5. Now we can see it's like moving into the metro, 5, 6, something like that. We've got the tornado watch in effect during this time for Ottawa and Garnett. And then here comes 7. That's why I think that, that severe thunderstorm watch that's in like Leavenworth and like Wyandotte counties and Platte counties, that's going to have to get kicked back. It's going to have to get extended. So there's 5, 6, 7. Let's get you to 7. So right there if you're an early commuter especially, it could be kind of rough. So 5 to 7 is kind of prime time for the metro, and then the whole line moving south and east. Once we get past 8, it's looking like we're in the clear. So up until 8, severe thunderstorms are possible in the Kansas City area. After 8, the storms are quickly winding down and will be done in the metro. Now, you might still have some storms east of the metro, but they're not as strong. You can see how those are kind of falling apart. There's 9, there's 10, there's 11. So that's how it looks, everybody. I'll get you one more look at the radar one more time. If you're just joining us, one severe thunderstorm warning that's up here near Savannah, just north of St. Joe. Potential for 60, maybe on the west side, some 70-mile-per-hour winds. With that system, we're probably going to be catching, with that cell rather, probably catching a break in Kansas City through, I'm going to guess the next 4 hours or so. I don't expect a whole awful lot. And then we'll see what comes by about 4 or 5 in the morning. So up here, northwest Missouri, northeast Kansas, heads up. You guys are in it right now. And then it sweeps its way on through for the rest of us. So just want to give you a quick update there. Let's see if there's any comments or questions. All right, yeah, we've got a lot. Is Atchison going to get tornadoes? No risk of a tornado right now. You're not under a tornado watch. What's happening with this line that we've got that's building? Whenever it first started, and in fact, let's see if we still have some. I'll explain here in a second. Okay. You see over here by Salina, that pink is should be a considerable tornado warning or a considerable severe thunderstorm or destructive. Let's see, what do we have? Destructive storm for Salina. So this is they've got a tornado warning in the red. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So where that red is is a tornado warning, just southwest of Salina. And then the pink hatched area that you see, if they're not getting a tornado, then they're expecting 80-mile-per-hour winds out ahead of that. So a destructive severe, that's a top level severe thunderstorm warning. So the reason why I show you that is this line, as it gets going, is where it's most likely to produce tornadoes. Once it kind of stretches itself out after it gets kind of fired up, then it transitions into more of a wind and hail threat. Doesn't mean you can't have those quick spin ups. That's a possibility. But the odds start getting lower and lower. Now, if we look at this line, you see how that's kind of there's a break down here. That's where these storms can have more environment to themselves, and they are more likely to rotate. See, there's this break right here, and then they get more patchy. So this southern area, Hutchinson, Kingman, Newton, Wichita, all the way over to eastern Kansas and into our coverage area, those storms are more isolated. They're just kind of firing up. They're not in a line yet, and that's where our greatest tornado threat would be. Compare that to up here, and this stuff is all strung together, and that's more of the wind and hail risk. Okay, so hope that answers your question. Is it possible in Atchison? It's not impossible to have a tornado warning there. The odds are not high right now, and there's nothing imminent for you, okay? So this storm that we see right here, the one that's closest to Atchison, so the severe thunderstorm's largely going to miss you to the north, and what's coming in out of Horton is not severe. It's going to have some gusty winds. It's a good storm, but it's not severe. All right, see what else we've got. Expect the KC Metro to be added to the tornado watch this morning. It's possible. We're going to have a watch of some kind, yes. It's going to either be a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch. That's being determined. So just know both are on the table. Are these going to be those QLCS tornadoes or like long track tornadoes? So they would be QLCS tornadoes. QLCS means quasi-linear convective system. That's a line. It's what most of us have heard the term squall line, and that's the kind of system that we have. Now with those kinds of lines, the tornadoes that come from them tend to be brief, they tend to drop quickly, and they lift quickly, so you got to be really on them to watch them. They don't tend to be as powerful, they don't tend to last as long, but they're still tornadoes, so there's still a risk. So that would be the kind of tornado that would likely form if we have tornadoes. All right, is Leeton going to get storms? Yes, I think so. I need to know what's going to be going on in Franklin County. I get mixed reports. We're currently in a tornado watch. I'd like to know the probability of tornadoes here in Franklin County. Okay, so let's go to Franklin County. All right, so we're in our tornado watch here. So right now, Franklin County, you can see you are clear, you're good. What you're going to have to watch are these cells coming in out of the west. Yes, you're under a tornado watch in Franklin County until 7 a.m. So it's going to be a while before storms get there. Now, let me take you to this again. This is our forecast radar. Give you an idea in Franklin County what you're going to have. So watch. See how you're kind of on that bottom broken line where it's, or bottom edge of that line coming through where it's a little bit more patchy down there? It's kind of hard to tell here, but the thinking is these down here on the southwest side of our coverage area near Ottawa would have a better shot at not being all strung together. They might be a bit more isolated and thus have a slightly better chance at producing tornadoes. So be ready for strong storms. I'd say by, this computer forecast says 5, roughly 5, give or take, is when you could have them there and lasting for, an hour, hour and a half, something like that. So have a way to get alerts just in case it is rotating by the time they get there. All right, hope that helps, Samantha. Royal Stadium had dime-sized hail 15 minutes ago. I agree. Let's see, what else do we have? Do you think the east side of the metro would be under a tornado watch? It's possible. The farther east you go from the metro, though, more likely severe. If I had to place a bet on tornado watch versus severe thunderstorm watch for the metro, probably severe thunderstorm watch, but I don't know that. We'll see. Is there any risk of tornadoes in Kansas City, Missouri? Yes, there's a risk from those brief spin-ups, but is it a high risk? No, I'd put it on the low side. But anytime there's a risk, we want you guys to know about that. Let's see, Ottawa. Okay, we just hit Ottawa. Sherry, I hope that helped you out. Grandview, you're going to be in that 5 to 7 time frame with the storms coming in. Hail and high winds are possible. Not everybody's going to get severe weather here. Most of us in the Kansas City metro should expect thunderstorms around daybreak tomorrow morning, maybe even a little bit sooner. But you could have severe weather. You could have some hail and some 60+ mile per hour winds. There is, again, a low chance for a tornado warning, so we'll see. But yeah, that's how it looks in Grandview. I'd get ready for a stormy morning in Grandview. Bonner Springs. Okay, so you'd be a little bit sooner in Bonner Springs, but still roughly, we'll say 4 to 6 might be more your time frame. What size hail? So far in our area, the hail has been on the smaller side, but we're thinking because of the way the atmosphere is set up, we're going to get this low-level jet that's cranking tonight. Storms are going to get goosed from that. Hail size could increase. So far, they've been quarter size in the severe thunderstorms, but they could get up to ping pong ball is possible. We'll see. Southern viewing area, please. All right, Kirsten, let's get you covered here. Southern viewing area. For now, you're looking pretty good. So there's our southern viewing area. Nothing there. Nothing coming in immediately. You're going to have to wait all the way for this stuff that's over here. Now, there's a lot back here in south central Kansas. All right, so that batch is what this whole thing, this whole line is moving to the southeast. It's going to take a while before that gets to the south part of our coverage area. Probably not till early tomorrow morning. All right, see who else. What else can I do here? What app do you guys use? I'm afraid our phones aren't going to be off, or maybe Gretchen, you're wondering if your phones are going to go off. So with your phones, you don't even have to download an app. You can go to your settings and just make sure emergency alerts are activated. And if you've got settings there that are, turn off or turn on volume or audio alerts, just make sure you have audio alerts, because you can toggle those off. If you've never messed with it, they should go off. But if you want to confirm that, if you're sleeping tonight and thinking, hey, I need to know if we have a tornado warning, then those emergency alerts should sound if you are under a tornado warning, in your area. They're geolocated. You could also download the First Warn Weather app, and that's going to give you a backup. It would be something else that, double dose. And on top of that, if you want, it can tell you about lightning. It can tell you about it's got radar on it. If you wanted to, say you got an alert. Getting an alert's one thing, but getting, a radar to look at while you're on your, trying to figure out what to do and see when the storm's going to get there would be very helpful. It's also got forecast radar. So if you want to see, hey, when do the computers, like I was showing you earlier, have this moving out? All useful things to have. So if you want totally free, First Warn Weather app, it's a good thing to have. Let's see what else. Belton. So Belton, you're still in the general Kansas City metro area. So we're talking 5 to 7 time frame would be the next round. Gladstone, same story. North KC Mo, generally a hail and high wind threat. Get ready for a stormy morning. And let's see, Lafayette County. You're going to be a little later in Lafayette County. And the storms are going to be a little bit likely on a weakening trend somewhat. So you're still in, let me show you something else. So this is the risk zone. So this is kind of like before a watch gets issued, this is what gets put out. So Lafayette County, you're in a level 3 out of 5. So the storms, as I showed you, take you back to this. Once they get east of the metro, we're seeing signs. So let's get to this. This is 5, 6, 7, about 7. So I would say 6 to 8 for Lafayette County looks to be about prime time there. But you see how they're kind of struggling by that point? So we don't know that, but they might be on a weakening trend for Lafayette County by tomorrow morning. But storms, but the severe threat may not be as high. So you might have a little bit of good news. St. Joe's going to be in it for a while. Watch this. So St. Joe is basically in it now, or close to it. So let's go up here to St. Joe. So it's right on the doorstep where we have, they're back to a considerable with that. So 70 mile per hour winds possible up here. Right now it's just north and west of St. Joe, but you're just near so parts of St. Joe are under that warning. Here, let me get you that warning. Look at all the lightning with this. That's a noisy storm. So this goes 70 mile per hour winds, quarter size hail till 1 a.m. is possible. And if I pause this, I'll show you something else. Let's see if we can pick out the wind. I'll show you the hail and everything with it too. So here's our Doppler winds. Get rid of this lightning. Which radar are we at? I think I could switch up here. Let's switch our radar. Sorry, everybody. Just want to get a good view of this. No. Well, I'd have to play with it to get that in. So this batch right here, where you see that little green coming, it looks like Christmas tree colors. See that green just west of Savannah? Just west of St. Joe, that's that leading edge. That's where we could have 70-mile-per-hour winds possible. So that's that. Let's look at hail. And see a little spot there. Doesn't look too big. That'd be around just west of Savannah, Fillmore. See the hail tracker. We'll go, this shows us kind of the track and where it has been. So we did probably have some quarters falling around Forbes. And then that hail track, you can see where it's pointing toward Fillmore, Rosendale, places like that. So that is the story with St. Joe. For now, let's go ahead, move ahead in time. So you're under a severe thunderstorm watch until 3 at the moment. But watch as we go. There's 2, 3. I mean, still a few hours from now, 4 o'clock in the morning, it might still be rocking in St. Joe. Probably not out of it until 5 or 6. Doesn't look like there. So through that whole stretch, the possibility of severe storms is on the table there. All right, let's see what else we got. Any chance they can weaken and not intensify? Yeah, we certainly hope that happens, Kayla. That's the thing with severe weather. Storms all influence one another. And as good as our technology is, and we can have all the ingredients in the atmosphere, it's something that we just watch as we go, and we have to diagnose it as they come. And it's possible that, especially in certain areas, where you are is what matters to you. So your house, and if you've got a severe thunderstorm and it's tracking towards you, yeah, it can certainly weaken before it gets there. The general idea is this storm system, the line itself, is looking to maintain its strength, roughly, give or take, severe winds, hail, maybe some rotation, we'll see, until tomorrow morning, about 8 o'clock or so. That's the general idea. Planning on a rainy weekend. My mother is in town. No, we can't have rain for Mom. We do have rain in the forecast, especially Saturday. Let's see, where was that? Sorry, guys. The comments just got messed up a little bit. I don't know. I can't find it now. There was a question about the weekend. Yeah, there's a rain chance on the weekend. Saturday, along and south of I-70, has been showing kind of consistently showers at times. I don't think it's a washout, but it looks breezy. It's cool. It's low 50s. Right now, it doesn't look great outside, but the thing is, whenever you've got something like this coming through, like strong storms, you'd get a better picture after they're gone of what's to follow. And there's a shot that what comes in on Saturday with the rain is going to move to the south. If it moves to the south, even a little bit, will be better on Saturday. So Saturday's not a lock that it's going to be rainy, but the chance right now is certainly there for scattered showers on Saturday, and we got to plan on that. Friday, too. Friday's looking pretty wet. Let's see here. Maybe it work better on my phone. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to answer your questions for you as best I can. All right. So what else do we have? Lebo, Kansas. Lebo, you're way out there. You're outside of our area. So you can see you're not in our coverage area. But what you are is you're under a tornado watch. I'll show you this. So we do have people that join our streams that are not necessarily right in our coverage area. So what, you're over here south of Emporia, I think, right? So you're going to have this line of storms that's going to be moving east. Big line. Man, it's a big severe thunderstorm warning there south of Hutch. And let's see your watches. So you need to be thinking about tornado potential there if you're in that general area. Okay, see what else we have. Hopefully no tornadoes, no spin-ups. I agree. Okay, I think I got everybody. Is there still a probability of tornadoes around the metro? The chance is there. You can see how we're right on the cusp of the severe thunderstorm and the tornado watch in Kansas City. We're always on the line. So what this means is the tornado watch is saying the chance is high enough in the orange zone that we could see tornadoes that the Storm Prediction Center, arm of the National Weather Service, is saying, let's go tornado watch. We need to be really thinking about tornadoes in this zone. The ingredients are there. In the severe thunderstorm watch, primarily we're thinking it's mostly hail and high winds. Severe winds, we've had 70-mile-per-hour winds up there, so still damaging kind of stuff is possible. The tornado threat, though, is not zero. All right, if you're in the blue, it doesn't mean you can't see a tornado. It just means that the odds are low enough that it's not a primary concern. It's not impossible. It's just not necessarily expected. Kansas City's kind of on that line between the two, so our odds are low, but not zero. So that's the general. We need to be aware that tornadoes could occur, but we're not on high alert for tornadoes in Kansas City. Rush hour for Blue Springs, yes, 7, maybe 8. You know, early commute looks bad, looks stormy. Doesn't necessarily mean severe weather, but storms, yes, possibility of severe weather. Belton, asking about tornado watch. It's possible. So south side of the metro's got a better shot than the north side for the tornado watch. Okay. All right, everybody. One more shot at that radar for you before I leave. See if anything changed there. So you've got this little arm, this non-severe arm. So you're probably hearing some thunder if you're up, you know, some of our eastern and northern counties. Moving toward Chillicothe. Don't sweat those. Those are just regular old spring thunderstorms. And then this is a strong one that we've got. So this is moving up here by Savannah. Woo, she got some lightning with her. So King City, moving towards your area. Savannah, it's in that area right now. 70-mile-per-hour winds possible with that. It's a nasty, severe thunderstorm. Racing to the east. Okay, that's what I've got for you, everybody. I'm going to pass this off to Greg Bennett. So we've got meteorologists here all night. We've got team coverage. Savannah Tennyson's coming in. They've got you covered. All right, they're going to be able to walk you through everything that happens. If there's a tornado warning, if there's something that is serious, they'll be on TV for that. In the meantime, expect some updates. We want to keep you posted, you know, on all of our apps, all of our digital channels, Facebook. We know a lot of you get your information from that. So we just want you to know we're just trying to keep you posted. So for now, that's what we've got. In the meantime, stay safe. Have a good night. Hope you get some good sleep. Be ready for tomorrow morning. Looks stormy. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.